Hey, tubers. Bart coming at you with pretty good sized mail day. Probably overdue. Um, I bought a series of things and I wanted to wait till all of them got in before I showed them. And so that led to some stuff piling up. But kind of runs the whole gamut here. Picked up, got 2 baseballs together in a lot. Simple enough, but 2005 inaugural season Nationals. The logo on the top and the bottom there, and I already had this this little case. I need one more because I got 2 baseballs, but got that, and then got the World Champ baseball. I'd kind of hoped there was a little bit more going on with this ball because it's just that one logo, and then kind of says it's a World Series ball there, so not a whole lot going on there. But I'd always kind of like hovered around, do I want the World Champ baseball, and these were going for like $20 at a time, you know, when they first won, or $19.99 or something. I was like, yeah, it's too periphery of my collection to go for $20. But when the 2005 inaugural ball and the World Series ball pop up for $20 shipped, you got me right. I'm convinced. So just got to get one more square case and I'll bust this thing out of the plastic, and they look nice. These little cases, they stack up on top of each other pretty well as well, from Ultra Pro, and display well. I got a couple of them over here, 2 of them with my kids' footprints on it when the twins were born, and then 3 of them from the minor league teams of the last couple towns that I've lived in as I moved around. So let's see. I'll do raw first. I won't show this all off, but picked up the Prism lot of all of our veterans. So 11 cards there. Didn't really go through to see what's gradable or not. I'll probably get 1 or 2 more of these team sets if I don't find any wax to bust myself, and then see what I can get. What's the best of the 3 type of thing. That's kind of my MO, to get the year's worth of cards graded. Obviously, there's 3 rookies I gotta get: Ayuk, Kinlaw, and Jamichael Hasty. And Ayuk is the only one in a Niners uniform. The other 2 are in college unis, which I don't really care for much at all. And so I definitely don't want to be spending $12 a pop, or 15, I guess, if they're ultra modern, on cards that I'll never put up or never even be excited to see. But I like that set enough on the registry that I'm gonna keep it going. Did pick up this random SP just for the hell of it from 17, right? Yep, 17 Topps Trey Turner. That's his 2nd year. What I was looking for, actually, you guys have seen the All-Star Trophy cards and the All-Star Cup cards that I collect and stuff. Well, actually, I think it was some MLB, the official MLB Instagram or something, and they named the All-Star Cup Team of the Year, and I had never seen that. Sorry, I'm still catching up on all the baseball stuff. I've only been in the mix for baseball for about 2 years or so, but since it was a very specific named team, which I had not realized before, I was like, all right, Wikipedia time, and let's check that out and see what the teams were. And I knew he was one of them because I have his Heritage 2nd year that's got an All-Star trophy. So I was like, oh, well then his 2017 has got to have a cup on it. But it does not. So I don't know why they left him out and didn't give him the cup in his Topps, but they gave him it to him in the trophy in his Heritage. But that would have been cool for the set to get one of those. But when I went looking, an SP for cheap, I'm going to pick it up. Prospecting for future Hall of Famers that I don't want to pay top dollar for. So we got the Rondé Barber. We slept on him for years. He put up the numbers and the accolades and stuff necessary. He's not the exciting pick, so he won't get in there fast to the Hall of Fame. But we've had basically a full generation of, I don't want to say weak cornerbacks and defensive backs as a whole, but a lack of long-term consistent high performance with the all pros and stuff like that. Everybody had like a 4 or 5 year peak, and even a lot of those guys, those shutdown corners, didn't get a lot of stats, right? Shut them down. Nobody threw that way. Very few interceptions came, and so the statistics just don't measure up well. But so for his generation, his numbers and stuff are actually very high. And then another one, SP Authentic. He's at least a 10,000 yard carrier. Warwick Dunn. And love me some SP Authentic. So pick those up. On the graded side of things, he just lost last night, but I did pick up the Baker Mayfield in a 9. At least we'll go to a Heisman Trophy set, but these aren't too cheap in a 9, but given that it costs $15 just for the grade, and that doesn't count shipping or any of the other things, and I did not want to get priced out if something went down or whatever, or, you know, because if he goes, you know, if he makes it to the AFC Championship or something, and he starts next year good, like, that card is just going to stay high, and it's got me nervous about the modern stuff, because you know, you see me pick up a lot of vintage and stuff, and that's what I enjoy the most. But my investing side, because I can turn that water to wine, I get the modern stuff a lot too, and that way when they become Hall of Famers sometime down the road, I've already got that card, and I paid $15-20 for it sometimes, not this one, but instead of hundreds, right? I just didn't want to get priced out. And Prism's killing me. I'm super nervous just in years going forward, continuing to build upon the collection that I got with Prism prices and the way things are going. And if I can't get retail boxes, you know, that's all of the cards that I have to get already graded, as opposed to each of the last couple of years, it's only been maybe half. All-Star Cup. Did the McGuire. I only went for the 9. This is, even on 4 sharp corners with the discount, it's like a $58 card and a 10, and McGuire just wasn't doing it enough for me. And there's enough cards that I'm getting, because you know, I got one more to show you here, but with kind of doing a little rated rookie thing. It's only like eight or so cards from the 80s there, but with the cup, and then I still want to get his 84 card just for the sets registry and everything like that. I was like, oh, I don't need that many McGuires at the highest of end. So picked that up in a 9. Saved a good number of dollars. That was just a regular auction, but I did get a little something from 4 sharp corners. Got his 87 in a 9. Another one I just couldn't convince myself to get to 10 for any reason besides just being able to look at the 10. And baseball, I like to display a lot, and when you have them on display, you really don't read the labels that much. So as long as it's not a garbage-looking card, and a 9 will always hold its value, because they usually, some of those just cost the amount of what it costs you to grade. So I picked up, these are 2, I think, potential future Hall of Famers, Veterans Committee, way down the road, but no-name, high accolade guys from the 80s. We got Mike Ken from the Falcons. He's on the all-time Falcons team as well, and Chris Hinton from 84. So snag those both in the 9s, and that way if something goes down, they're relatively inexpensive, not dirt cheap by any means, but you know, if those guys make the Hall of Fame or something like that, all of a sudden this 9 is out of nowhere, $150, $200 card, and for a fat guy, that's going to be tough to get that kind of money out of me. But while I was on 4 sharp, I always do, before I check out, see what's going on the Hoff rookies, to see if, you know, with the discounts and everything, if there's a good deal, especially if you get enough, spend enough, it's free shipping. And so you get 4 or 5 cards, and you know, you don't pay individual shipping for all of them, and then there's a discount at the website itself. You can usually do pretty well. And yeah, I've been watching this damn card for 2 years probably. I just click the little button for like, and then I watch it disappear in a couple of days. But these always, the Eckersleys that they've been showing have always been super sharp, and 7 after 7. They have 8s from time to time, but But in baseball, since, you know, the sets always include something from like way in the 50s that I'm just not going to spend thousands on to get the high-end card. So if, you know, I'm willing to get a 2 or a 3 or something like that, or a 4 of some of those 50s cards, well, you know, an upgrade from a 7 to an 8 on a 70s card in the registry, that 2, 3, or 4 is bringing that GPA so far down. The 7 or 8 ain't gonna make a world of difference at all. So get the card and not the grade at that point for me, even though I played the registry game. And I do have a nice little series of 76 baseballs, so that'll look nice with them. And then here's what I've been building up for 2 or 3 weeks now. Pretty sweet stuff. The Champ is here because that is the name of the sets. And I got them, I didn't get all of them, but I got them to match, kind of. And I say that knowing that I don't have a matching one for this. The O'Neal is on its way, even though it doesn't match as well. It'll have the Lakers logo on there, but he is wearing the, like, you know, the championship type T-shirt, that gray T-shirt that they put on for whatever reason. I think the hats are okay, but when they make them put on these like fake ass T-shirts because they're gonna sell them on some website for $29.99 in a moment, I don't know enough people that get those T-shirts to make it worthwhile. Or the one time I'm gonna win a championship, you know, somebody's paying me an extra $1,000 or something just to wear this damn, you know, 5XL T-shirt. But got the Kobe, got the O'Neal on the way. O'Neal's the only one I'm waiting on. I love this pose, but I actually got this pose on a Kobe card from it's a Panini Crown Royale one from, I want to say like 2010 or something like that. And but it was from like the National Convention. But I thought that was cool. I love the basketball cards that have trophies held up. I guess that's a theme, I guess, right? Like I like the All-Star Cups and things. I just dig it. But basketball is always great for somebody holding that trophy. And these are cheap and easy relative for the most part, because I still have no idea what I want to do with basketball and a basketball PC. I like basketball a lot. I watch it a lot. It's not something I want to go get a third sport going full-fledged by any means. But so next matching crew is the Miami Heat. We got the D-Wade. This is the one I already had. I've had it for about 2-3 months, and this is the only one that cost, I would say, real money. But the LeBron, and he's holding the MVP, and then the Ray Allen. So those are pretty cool. They match up nicely, even though, see, these ones say the Champ is here at the bottom. LeBron is from a year earlier, so 2017, and these are 2018s. So the design is a little bit differently, but got the matching jerseys and everything like that. Pretty cool. And then another set of Miami Heat. We get the Shaq and the Alonzo Mourning from, this is the 06 NBA Finals. And those are both from 2017. So nice little match there. And I did the Spurs as well. So we got the Robinson, the Parker, and the Tim Duncan. I ended up actually getting 2 of the Tim Duncans on accident, and that's why the O'Neal is still inbound. Because when you're buying these things and you're searching, you'll do the search, and some of them have like drop-down menus, like pick the card you want out of the series, and I'll list 15 of them or something like that. So I did that. And you kind of do these things over the weekends, and kids are running around and stuff, so you're kind of sneaking it in, you know, which card you're going to buy or whatever, and you set it down and come back 15 minutes later. All right, what other ones are out there, you know, and that's kind of what I was doing, like I think on a Sunday afternoon or something. Well, I bought a Tim Duncan from the drop-down menu, and when I came down later, because it was a drop-down menu, they had a token card as the picture of the main listing. Well, that token card was the Shaquille O'Neal, so I was scrolling fast, and here's which ones do I have already. I thought I had that Shaq already, but the line item was the Tim Duncan, so I bought a second Tim Duncan later, so had to backtrack and actually get the O'Neal. But I say all that, but it was only, you know, $1.25 of loss or something like that. But the Tim Duncan holding the 5 up, the Parker with the MVP trophy, and then the David Robinson. The weird part about the David Robinson is these are talking about the same championship, but they use the different Spurs logos on them. David Robinson got the old school Spurs logo, and these guys got the modern one for whatever reason. And then the last two, can't really talk about basketball for the last couple years without mentioning these folks. So, got the KD and the Steph. Both of these are from 18. Matching logos and stuff. There's the guy with the token t-shirt. Like I was saying, I'd much rather see the jersey there, but the logos are enough to get the matching going and everything like that. So, pretty cool. The champ is here. Besides the LeBron, you know, I maybe spent $25 for that whole series. And I just took some other cards out of magnetics. I reuse magnetics if they didn't get scratched up too much. So as I get some of these cards, like I had, I don't know where the hell I put it, but I had this one sitting in a magnetic somewhere. Well, once I got one graded, back to the top loader with you, and I get to use you for something else. But that's what I got. I bit my tongue a couple times because I almost mentioned what I got coming in next. But I did another 4 Sharp Corners purchase about a week or so ago. Got some good stuff in for that. Sometimes you just need a little retail therapy. That's the vibe I was going with. Didn't get out of hand, thankfully, but definitely bought enough to get free shipping out of it. And then I did buy a Monster Hall of Fame football rookie card. I only got 29 of those left. Now I'm down to 28. And it's one of the big boys, one of the harder ones. Super excited about it. I was not looking to spend that kind of money, so quick, fast, in a hurry, like, all right, what can I sell? I got into the 49er groups, started selling some stuff, so I made a quick $300 out of that for the win to offset some of it, but not offset a ton, but thankfully also had a payday on Monday, and we will survive, but no regrets, and got some cool stuff coming in, so thanks for hanging with me for 17 minutes. Much appreciated, and we'll see you next time. Later.